Hi, beautiful Leo. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your September 2017 Soul Tarot reading. I'm so excited to be here with you. I can't wait to hear from you folks about what your experiences have been coming through the portal, and in the couple days, it's just a couple days after, I've been trying to get the videos out, and there's still an enormous amount of energy, what I would call disruption. Before I forget, this is the deck, the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot, and developed by Caitlin Matthews. I'm clairvoyant. I am here on YouTube through an agreement I made with Spirit about changing my life and teaming up. Spirit says one of the many, many partners across the world that are working to provide energy and guidance and understanding for all the souls that are journeying here in this time of great shift and change because of the opening of the portals. So these messages do build on each other month to month. They are not standalone readings. Certainly you will get guidance about this particular month, but if you want greater understanding, please look at the videos that have come out since February. So let's see. Before I forget, if you're looking for a personal reading or some kind of a consultation, I'm not ready to speak about it yet, but I'm going to be broadening my offerings, and information about that is always posted just below the video. If you scroll down below the video, you will see the published information, and there's a tab. It says Show More. Click on that, even though it's not highlighted in blue like most tabs, but if you click on those words, the Show More tab opens, and everything you need to know about the types of readings available, the prices, the link to make a reservation through PayPal, the time zone calculator. I'm in the Northeast United States. Did a reading last night with a woman in Australia. So don't worry about your location. We can always work it out. Okay? So that's that. The other thing, my beautiful ancient computer is dying. I've been in the process of trying to prepare to do some live stream. And I have discovered that my computer will not support the platform and the software and etc. So I'm doing a fundraiser, and so I'm asking for help from all the people who are looking at the channel to help me raise some money to buy a new computer. I'm going to get a Mac, and I need a new camera, etc., etc. Spirit says it's just time. So I talk a lot about manifesting. It's going to be one of the things we're going to focus on in one of the regular live streams. And I thought, you know what? That is a good challenge for me. I'm just going to do it right here together with you and let you know that I'm in this process, and ask for your help financially and or energetically, whatever you feel able to do. Ask Spirit to send me a computer. I'm asking, and I'm working on it. I have identified the computer that I need. So if you'll send out some little sparks of energy and a request, I know that it will speed the process, and I thank you for that. I'd like to have it before I leave for Ireland on the 16th of September. So in terms of fundraising, I'm asking for donations. I'm also realizing the live stream subscription service is a wonderful way to give back to anyone who makes a donation. I'm asking for $35 for a full 12-month subscription, and you'll have access to any of the live streams that I do and all of the videos that are created as a result. So, you know, for a whole year, I think that's a pretty good bargain. I've tried to keep the cost really low so most people can afford it. So anyone who makes a donation of $35 or more will automatically get added to the live stream subscription. I'm not sure which platform I'm going to be using. There are some changes going on at YouTube. Probably you don't know that, but in the background, pardon me, there are some things happening that may cause me to switch to another platform. Don't worry, I'm going to stay here until I have time to warn everybody what's going on. So we'll see what happens going forward. I will be developing a website, and I may move my content there, etc. So thank you for listening to that. And last reminder, if you're in Ireland or anywhere in that region and you want to have a private reading or a consultation with me, let me know right away. My email is in that Show More tab. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. My email is there. Or you can just make a reservation. Just send your PayPal reservation, all of your contact information. I will be in touch with you. Booking for those readings is ending on the 5th of September. So if you're thinking about it, please let me know, and I will figure out how to get to everybody while I'm there. Okay, so let's jump in. Leo, if you haven't seen last month's video, I always urge people to go back and check it out if you're new to the channel. So last month, coming into the eclipse, your energy was filling up the portal here at Moonrise Cottage. There were Leo energetic animal medicine things happening, and it was the first reading to come out. No doubt because of the Lionsgate portal and all the things that were prophesied to be happening. So Spirit really wanted you to have that information as soon as possible. And so I made the video and I just posted it. The outcome of that reading was this card, and here it is right on the top. So clearly Spirit is going to continue that conversation with you, which is why you're being asked to, pause this, or when you're done, go look at last month, and the month before, there's a process that's been going on. So last month and the month before, Spirit was talking with you about battle, and the way you engage in battle, the purpose of the battles in your life, the way you overcome obstacles, and your efforts to bring balance into yourself, your existence, your connection with Spirit, and, having a moment last month where you were just pondering all of those topics. And on the top of the reading, the Spirit energy was literally about the portal that opened at the eclipse of the sun, bringing you a certain type of actualization, psychic ability. Spirit's talking a lot about heart chakra ability, but bringing you to a new set point and liberating you from your former existence through a type of rebirth that caused you to change the way you do battle. And due to that change and shift and journey, as a result of being touched by the eclipse energy, you've been released. So this is the Liberator card. In the traditional tarot, that's the Death card. Right? There's the Sacred Shaman carrying a soul. That's what that illustration means. Celtic peoples believed that the soul resided in the head, and when there was a battle, the head would be severed. The head would be returned rather than left on the battlefield. There's the portal. So, deep across the universe, Spirit is saying, not only a liberation, so that you can cross through the portal into your new form, there is the death of what was before existing, Spirit says. That which has come before, ceasing to exist. And this is a feminine representation, meaning it's a fertile moment, because it's not just about death, it's about rebirth and being transported. That's the chatter that's coming through. It's about this. So Spirit wants me to show you that really clearly. All right? Okay, so, and there you are. Having come through the portal, Spirit wants you to look at this just for a moment. these two cards together. Clearly that's about reincarnation, but it's about reincarnation in a very particular way. And again, Spirit is telling me that's the topic for discussion for today here at Moonrise Cottage, and for you going through the month of September. There is a process that continues, and it has to do with your shift and change as a spirit entity walking through this life in a human form. So, here's the card. The revelation of knowledge that was revealed to you in the last, well, Spirit's saying, the last 6 months. This process clearly started on the Eclipse journey in February of this year. So there's, as you can tell, I'm being pushed and nudged. There's an enormous amount of chatter coming through about the process. And Spirit would like you to review the process because, as a Leo, clearly, there's, Spirit saying, energetically, there's a certain type of purpose and reason, of course, that it was the Lion's Gate portal that opened. So, Spirit's saying, there you are. Something is being revealed to you. This is about a warrior. More chatter about battle. The sacred warriorship of living, Spirit says. This warrior went through many battles, and in the last epic battle that he experienced, he was the only survivor. And in his old age, rather than pass away through the death portal, he actually began to shapeshift. Here in his place, Spirit says. And this is the experience you've had, clearly coming through the eclipse of the sun at the new moon, which opened a new pathway, a new way of being, a new vision, and information being revealed to you about yourself, about universal consciousness, and how you act in the world. And what Spirit's saying, how you perceive and what you do with that information, which changes the course of your destiny. And that is why you have incarnated. So there's a lot of chatter coming through about this card, and there's been information coming through to me in a general way that's coming through very loudly right now for you. And it has to do with having made the decision to incarnate here on this planet at this time in order to be here to experience the portals. And Spirit's talking about all 4. So it might be a good idea to go look at the videos that I posted. There's a playlist on my channel that's specifically devoted to the set of the pair, Spirit says, of eclipses. The first one's coming in February, to help you understand. So, knowledge is continuing to be revealed to you because of your new set point having come through the portal. And this will continue through the month of September and through the end of the year. Okay, look at that. It's just so beautiful. So Leo, let's take a look. Look. There you go. The dialogue of art. Spirit would like you to continue to be in dialogue. So there, Spirit says 2 implications. That is the main one. You are in partnership with Spirit and with yourself and the people around you. Spirit says that's a trifecta. Okay, so partnering with the male and female aspects of your own being. You see the telepathic communication going on there? Because they are being affected by the flow, the river of the sacred knowledge that came through at the Lion's Gate. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? I love that illustration. So, this is a story about Merlin and his sister. They were very, very devoted to each other during their lifetimes, and she actually built this dwelling for Merlin so that he could look out in every direction, and so that all the wisdom available could flow into him at these seminal moments. And clearly Spirit is saying that is what has happened for you because of your astrological set point and the decision that you made when you incarnated to have this journey. So this continues. Pay attention to the phases of the moon and understand that you are in communication in a new way. And the things that you understand that do not come on words, Spirit says that do not come through language, are going to be very important. Pay close attention. And Spirit wants me to talk to you a little bit about the sacred feminine energy. The energy that takes an impulse and brings it to life. And you see Merlin transforming in that moment? The impulse to shift, the impulse to change, the male energy that must align itself with the sacred female. Without each other, nothing happens, Spirit says. Spirit's been talking a lot, as you know, about yin and yang. Spirit says, understand the yin and yang in this way, through all these visualizations. And that's you in Spirit during the portal, the Lion's Gate, Spirit says. Hand in hand. The information flowing into you and through you, back and forth, actually. Okay, so, look, and here's the purpose. Remember all that battle we were talking about the last couple of months? There was a card that had to do with King Arthur doing battle in a certain way with his cousin. This card is a major arcana card. It's the keeper of harmony. And again, sacred male energy. A decision has been made. The impulse has been sent forward. And it is about changing the strategy with which you approach your energy, your knowing of yourself, and therefore your human walk, in order to increase and devote yourself to the harmony that we all desire to see on the earth. And Spirit says it starts with you, inside of you. There's a commitment that it's time to make, Spirit says. And this is also your desire. It's beautiful. And look, there she is. That's what I was talking about. Well, Spirit's going like this to me. Like, you know, actually, it's what Spirit's talking about. By so doing, you activate the feminine principle. And you hold in your hands, and you begin to have an influence on the sacred spool. Do you see this beautiful woman? Very skilled. The woman of skill holds the spool of destiny. And she has the ability, you see how activated she is? To wind the sacred thread of destiny, her own destiny, and the destiny of all, around the sacred tower of inspiration. That's what we see in the background. So those are the capacities that Spirit says are your driving force, your mission, and the things that you're going to be coming into the skill set as we come through the end of the year. This is the journey you're going to be taking. And that is why the old way of doing battle has fallen away. Okay? And that's your soul journey. Look at that. You know, just this, it's gorgeous. Look at this. Wow. So, Spirit says, look at these 3 cards. It's interesting. You know, some of what's been coming through is starting to change a little bit. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Spirit says, that having been said, let me see if I can scroll in on this for you. Spirit says, you know, on some level, of course, that's the core of the reading. You've come through the portal in this way. Now you stand in this way in order for the next phase of your soul journey to begin. Spirit says that's the reading. That's the takeaway. There's a lot of detail that goes with it, but Spirit would like you to really take that deep inside of you. Understand it. And let it become part of your knowing, Spirit says. Because this is a new journey. I'm curious to see what else is going to come out. Okay. So, briefly, I know you've seen this before. That's the soul. And there we are, in our human form. And you know, in some way we slumber. We have our experience. We dream our human dreams through our lifetime. And there comes a moment when the soul rises from our human form, goes through a portal, and journeys out deep into the mystical realm to have its next adventure. Spirit says the next phase. And you see the bowl there? Walking into the sacred cauldron, out of which all things arise, Spirit says. And there's the cycle. The triple spiral, right above the head. That's your intention. And Spirit's talking more in the background about the intention that you had when you came here. What this part of your soul journey was meant to be. And the purpose of it. And that's what's being discussed today, Spirit says. That is why last month we were talking about, and if you remember, right here, the card that was there was the quest of skill, and it was about regestating and going very deep, moving past obstacles. There was a card here about obstacles, regestating in order to benefit from the courtship of the battles that you've had and the way you were doing battle. Having been self-actualized, having had self-realization. And actually, the balancer was here. And, you know, Spirit's saying month to month, pay attention to the cards here's what's coming through, at each station. So, you know, last month, the card in this position was the balancer of harmony. And here we see the keeper of harmony this month. And you know, talking about yin and yang, balancing energy, that which came through at the eclipse. There it is, Spirit says. So, you know, there's a word coming through about being a harbinger, okay, of things to come. And Spirit now is talking a lot in the background about not only pay attention to these lines as they develop, in each way, Spirit says. Each line, each way that you could look at it. I don't, you know, the video would be 3 hours long. And often when people come for personal readings, it's 2 or 3 hours. So I don't have time in these videos. I don't want to take the time because nobody would watch them, first of all. But feel free to pause the video and look into these cards, because more information and more realization will come to you when you do that. Okay? So, this is the bridge card. You know, in a sense, this is your human walk. This is the spiritual energy sitting over the top of the reading, giving it theme and direction. This is your energy in these days as you walk through September. Okay? And then the energy of the bridge that takes you into the next phase of your spirit or your soul journey is here. And look, there's the balancer again. Okay? The balancer of harmony. You're coming into a great place of balance. And it has to do also with the balance of your soul across the divide, Spirit says, deep out in the universe. And again, female energy. You see how that person looks as if they've been split open and sewn back together, almost like there were stitches there. That's what Spirit's talking about. The portal, coming through the portal and becoming whole, becoming balanced, because you came through into a new life, into this next phase of your existence. You know, it's another major arcana card. Balancing, the balancer of harmony. And you know, Spirit's talking to you about becoming the keeper of harmony. So these efforts, Spirit says, you know, reflecting what is happening here on the spirit realm. So let's see. Look, Leo. Holy moly. Look at that. There you are. The next phase of your initiation begins, Leo, as a spiritual warrior. Look at that. Another major arcana. That is the dedicator of lore. The one who makes a decision to dedicate their life to the bringing of this beautiful harmony and the sacred lore that exists, that we all know about. It doesn't matter what your religion is, what your culture is. Deep down, as beings, there is something that we all know. And you are on a quest to learn as much as you can and to dedicate yourself to this energy. Willing to leap blindfolded into the void, and Spirit saying the portal, again referencing the reason that you came here, and receiving the information, the gifts, the energy through this amulet. You see that? Blindfolded in order to become aware of the mystery. Spirit saying without your external senses, it's very interesting. See, that almost looks like fire, doesn't it? Okay, so balancing your energy by going deeper into your initiation phase, and clearly, if you look into the cards, you know, this continues. Look at this line. Now, the keeper of harmony, the revelation of knowledge, and the dedicator. It's the process, Spirit says. Each one of these rows, some part of your process. And Spirit wants you to be very aware. Let's see what's here. Look. Woo! Oh my gosh, thank you, Spirit. I love her. You know, Leo, it's true for all of us. You, because of your energetic set point, you affect the world. You are playing an important part in our destiny. Your sacred initiation process, the next piece of it, having come to this place of balance, as you come through September, the knowledge that is going to come to you in this way involves breaking through illusions, and there's the eclipse. Okay, so Spirit wants me to show you this, just so that you don't have any doubt about the discussion. Spirit says, all right, there's the Lionsgate portal. That's the eclipse of the sun that came on the new moon, opening yet another portal. That is the sacred hag. This is the combat of skill. So the way you're doing combat, as we were talking about a lot the last couple of months, radically shifting and changing. This is about going on a sacred journey in order to find the source of life energy, spiritual energy, love, abundance, compassion, Spirit says. All the things that we need here. In order to find those things and activate them in your own life, and therefore here on this planet, it requires you to kiss the sacred hag so that you can burst through the illusion that keeps us, Spirit says, keeps us in the chains of the past. And those moments are over. We're moving forward. So, this woman, Spirit saying, was in service to humanity through the portal. And Spirit says she is to be revered because of her power and her beauty. I've always found her incredibly beautiful. So, there was a kingdom. It ran out of water. It was a crisis, of course. The king sent out 3 young warriors. Each went in a different direction, tasked with finding a source of water. And Spirit says, all the things I was saying about this, to understand it in the widest possible terms. Each one of the warriors that went out came across this woman, asked her for access to the water. She agreed in exchange for a kiss. 2 of them refused and went on their journey. The last young warrior got off his horse, put his arms around her with love and compassion and gratitude, and gave her, Spirit says, a real kiss from the heart chakra in gratitude, without any hesitation. And in that moment she transformed and something beautiful came forward. This was an illusion. So Spirit's saying, it's time to apply love and tenderness and compassion to the illusions that bind us in negativity and fear. And of course, when she got the kiss from this young warrior, she transformed into a beautiful young woman. They were betrothed, and the young man rose to be the leader of the kingdom. So, there's a lot of message in there. I know you understand it. It's interesting to me that this is going to be your learning clearly as an initiate as you continue on your journey. So let's see what the outcome is. And there it is. That's what I was talking about. The reason for that is that the energy that, another major arcana, by the way, the mingler. This is the mingler of energy. See the portal? You see what happens with the energy that you create? It rises into the mystical realm, where she awaits it. That is the sacred alchemist, and that is the vessel that is you. See your energy? This is so beautiful, almost makes me weep. Spirit's talking a lot about the activation that's coming for us as we continue toward the end of the year. So, the purpose of your journey is definitely to change the course of our destiny. Well, you know what? Actually, Spirit is saying to complete the course of our destiny, we do have a choice. The end of the story has not been written. We are learning about ourselves as sacred vessels. And when we are able to understand and occupy this part of our existence, then this woman, this mystical energy, the sacred alchemist, can do its work. Spirit's talking more about coming through the end of the year. So understand this is the learning that you are taking up and the effect that it's going to have. So I could chant her on for, about that for an hour. It's why I'm doing the live stream. I want to have some time to talk with you, sort of in person, about these readings. So part of what I'm going to do, I hope, is, when the videos come out, there's going to be a live stream where we can talk to each other. Because what happens for me is the cards come out, a fire hose full of information comes channeling through. I have to encapsulate it in order to get this out in a way that will be palatable in terms of time. Oh my gosh. So, I'm inviting you, Spirit is inviting you to join together to continue this process a little deeper through the live streams that are going to come. So they're going to be, I think, I hope it's going to be interesting because a change is happening for me. It feels as though this journey together we're taking, Spirit said, is deepening. So we need more time together. That's the best way I can figure out to do it. That's why I'm asking people to please sign up and provide some life energy for me through some dollars so that I can continue this work. So, Spirit says that was a little push that I got to talk a little bit more about manifesting my computer. So, oh gosh. Oh, you know what? And you'll notice the commercials have started. I hate them. I'm here to tell you I don't like it. But I had to do it. YouTube requires me to turn on advertising in order to do live streaming. So, darn it. I thought I'll never do it because I don't like them, and I know you don't like them, but bear with them. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure it out. So, Spirit's saying, that's the reason for the live stream and webcasting and perhaps a different platform, because it will make the exchange more direct. It's very interesting. Leo, I don't know why this is coming out in your video. Thank you for bearing with it. I think Spirit's saying because you have a leadership position in this way. All right, here we go. Spirit, what are the other messages for Leo in this moment, this beautiful, deep moment, having come through the eclipse and the portals, 4 of them now, in this great year of shift and change? In this moment, through the days of September, deepening the initiation and bursting through the illusion into the revelation of this knowledge. What other messages could I let us know? Whatever else might be helpful. Okay. Let's see. Let me get these things out of the way. Sorry. All right, so there we go. I always read just right from the book about the runes, because I don't feel it's my job to, page 133, interpret them. So this is not a surprise to me. Hang on, and I'll show it to you. All right. There's the rune. Okay. That is the rune of gateway. And it's just really causing me to feel a lot of emotion at my heart chakra. We'll talk about that in the live stream. There are a lot of topics coming up to the surface. So here it is. You see? I don't know how to say that. That's on my list of things to accomplish. All right, so Spirit says just look into the cards. This, with a gateway for its symbol, this rune indicates that there is work to be done, both inside and outside yourself. It represents the frontier between heaven and the mundane. Arriving here is a recognition of your readiness to contact the numinous, the divine, to illuminate your experience so that its meaning shines through its form. This is a rune of non-action, and thus the gateway is not to be approached and passed through without contemplation. Here you are being confronted with a clear reflection of what is hidden inside yourself and what must be exposed. Look at that, that's gorgeous. You are to examine all of these thoughts before right action can be undertaken. This rune strengthens your ability to wait. Now is not a time to make decisions. Deep transformational forces are at work. This is the next to the last of the cycle runes, and that's why, this phase of your initiation, you've come a long way. Spirit says, visualize yourself standing before a gateway on a hilltop Your entire life lies out behind you and below. Before you step through the gateway, pause, review the past, the learning and the joys, the victories and the sorrows. Everything it took to bring you to this moment. Observe it all, bless it all, and release it all. For it is in letting go of the past that you reclaim your power and step through the gateway. Wow. Leo, thank you so much for being here with me through this journey of mine. I cannot express how much I appreciate your companionship and clearly all the things that you are doing as a spiritual warrior, as a simple human being. You know, as we each are walking through our day-to-day life, working as hard as we can on this in order to join the collective. This is truly beautiful. Oh gosh, Leo, I'll be thinking of you as I travel on my sacred journey to Ireland. Spirit's telling me to ask you again, send me some sparks, okay? I'm going to try to make some videos from some of the sacred sites while I'm there. I'm feeling a little nervous about that because I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. So I'm sending you a hug and all my love. I'll see you, God willing, in October. Thanks, Leo.